gonna make this quick because it's hot as fuck out here and I have to go feed my baby. But today's video is gonna be about exes. And it's funny that I could even say plural because I really only have two. And like, it's just, I had a positive experience with and a negative experience. I'm just being honest. Like, the first one, I dated this guy while I was in college, and it didn't work out, and I ended up breaking up with him, and it didn't end too well. I would say we're on pretty good terms now. I don't really talk to him that much. But we're on much better terms than we were when it ended. Now, my second ex, he was really the first person that I ever actually like really loved, like for real. And to be honest, I still kind of am in love with him. It's just, man, if you have an ex that you still like, you know how it is. Like, and then on top of that, like, he is the father of my child, so that makes it kind of harder because he's still in the picture. So it's like, and I don't think he's dated anybody since we broke up. I certainly haven't, so then that makes it worse. Not gonna lie, we still do fool around a bit. But I mean, that's just we're not the first co-parenting couple to be doing that, but whatever. It's just, bleh. But like, before we broke up, we were together for a little over 2 years. We met in December 2015, like a couple days before I graduated from college. We had our first date, and then he's Nigerian, so after our first date, he went back to Nigeria to visit his family, and he was gone for like 1 or 2 months, I don't know. And then at the beginning of 2016, like, we kept in touch. Like, I made sure I kept in touch with him while he was gone, just to let him know, like, you know, like, I'm really interested in you. Because after our first date, I swear, I was hooked in, I would have to say. Like, we hugged, and, like, that was it for me. Like, we sat outside of that theater for, like, almost an hour and a half after the movie was over, talking. Like, and it was hard for me to leave. But, yeah, we went on our first date the day after Valentine's Day, actually. We went to Easton, and we saw a movie. I can't remember what movie we saw. I want to say it was Daddy's Home, possibly. I don't know. But we went to the movies at Easton. I can't remember if we went to dinner. I think it was just a movie. I was living in Middletown at the time. He was living in Columbus. And for our first date, he had came all the way to Dayton to meet me for our first date. And I came from Middletown to Dayton. So I didn't have much of a drive. So this time I said, you know, I'll come all the way to Columbus to meet up with you. And my original plan was to go up there for the date and then come back. But that didn't end up happening. I went back the next day. So yeah, that was technically wasn't a first date because, like I said, we had one in December, so it was the second date, and that's when we slept together. So really, for the first time, and it's honestly, he's the only person that I've been with since that day in February 2016. So I've pretty much just been with the same person for the past 3 years, and I am not the type of person who could just sleep around. I can't do that. I can't do one night stands. I can't do friends with benefits. I tried the friends with benefits thing once with one guy, and I had a relationship like that with him for, I don't know, maybe almost a year off. Like, it was like off and on type of thing, and it's like I'm not really interested in doing that. Like, I have to be in a relationship with someone in order to like be with them like that. And I'm glad I realized that because yeah, it's something important. But it was a fun relationship. we really understood each other, and we still understand each other. He broke up with me in December of 2017. It was really, like, I would say, the thing is, I was gonna break up with him, like, maybe less than 2 weeks before he did. Like, he pulled the trigger before I could, honestly, because I was getting tired of, like, I would say maybe, because he went back to Africa that year. So he was gone from, like, August to maybe October. He was gone for 8 weeks. He was gone for 2 months. So he was gone for 2 months. He came back in October. It's just, and then just ever since he came back from Africa, it was like things were really weird between us, sort of. Like, we reunited in a big way in October, but then, like, after that, it was like things were different. Things were changing way before that, though. Like, I would say over the summer, like, when I quit my job at Chase, because we both worked there together at the same building, it was really awesome. We both worked at the same building, but I worked in customer service and he worked in, like, merchant disputes or something like that. He worked, like, 2 floors above me. So, like, we were in the same building. We had close to the same schedule. We left at the same time every day. So it was great. But yeah, I'd say after I quit my job at Chase, things started changing. Like, he started to, like, ignore my texts. Took forever to text me back. Sometimes wouldn't answer my calls. He became, like, less affectionate towards me. It's just, and looking back on it, it sucks to realize the changes. Like, because, like, when we first got together, like, I have old texts from when we were first dating, and it's like, he was so loving and all that. Like, he was never not loving, but I'm saying, like, he was, like, really infatuated with me. Like, and I was with him, and I still kind of am, but not to that degree. But, and I'd like to think that he still loves me somewhat as well, but I'm not sure why he broke up with me, because when he broke up with me, he was like, I'm not sure this is gonna work out. Like, what kind of generic ass breakup is that? Like, what does that mean? And it's like, I don't want to ask him why he broke up with me so late in the game. Like, this will be like 2 years since we broke up, so it's like, I don't want to keep bringing it up. So whatever. I honestly don't know what the future holds for us. I'm gonna move back to Columbus just because I want my daughter and him to be, closer geographically. Plus, I miss Columbus. I hated having to leave. I left there after we broke up because I had moved in with him. Just a whole bunch of shit. Like, I have to do a separate video about my life in Columbus for 2017 because it was a mess. But yeah, I miss Columbus. It's a good place to be. So I'm trying to head back up there. And when I do move back up there, I don't know what things will hold for us, because I feel like I have a shot at getting him back, but if I don't, it's not that big a deal to me. Like, I'm just not, I mean, I love him, like I said. It's just, I'm not a person who dwells on stuff, like, if it's meant to be, it'll be. I'm not trying to force nothing, because honestly, I'm not trying to be with anybody right now. It's just, I'll do a separate video on that too, because I could just not commitment, but like just being with people, period. It's just, whatever. I have to go. That's it for today.